Ethan sits at his desk, a youthful face framed by soft daylight, his fingers drumming a restless rhythm against the wood. His gaze drifts out the window, a palpable energy swirling around him, a potent mix of boredom and youthful ambition. Miss Palmer's voice cuts through his reverie, a gentle reprimand. "Ethan, could you focus, please?" Ethan's eyes meet hers, a spark of defiance in his reply. "I was just thinking about growing up and being important someday." Ethan ventures into the dense forest, sunlight dappling through the canopy as he loses himself among the trees. Exhausted, he collapses onto a soft bed of moss, the silence of the woods enveloping him. A whispered voice echoes through the trees, barely audible. "Ethan." He looks up, startled, his eyes widening in disbelief. A glowing silver orb hovers before him, casting an ethereal light on his awestruck face. From the heart of the dense forest, a mysterious figure emerges, their face hidden in shadow. An outstretched hand offers Ethan a shimmering orb, pulsing with an ethereal light. The figure's voice echoes through the trees. This is your life thread. Pull it, and you may skip ahead in time. But once pulled, it can never return." The figure's final warning hangs in the air as Ethan stares at the orb. Use it wisely. Under the hum of fluorescent lights, Ethan's leg bounces with barely contained energy, a stark contrast to the mundane classroom setting. Unseen, his fingers find the smooth orb in his pocket, tracing its contours as if drawn by an irresistible force. The temptation is a palpable weight, a silent promise whispering in his ear. His internal struggle intensifies, a silent question forming on his lips. What if I just pull a little? Ethan wonders, his words barely audible against the backdrop of the droning classroom. Ethan explodes from the school doors, lungs burning, a triumphant grin plastered across his face. A mischievous glint sparks in his eyes as he realizes the orb's power, a world of possibilities unfolding before him. With a flick of the wrist, homework vanishes, replaced by the intoxicating freedom of truancy. Another surge of energy, and the mundane school day dissolves into a blissful, premature holiday. Sunlight filters through the leaves, creating a mosaic of light and shadow on the grass. Ethan vibrates with barely contained energy, bouncing restlessly as he waits. Ilara watches him with a soft, knowing smile. "Ethan, slow down. Life isn't meant to be rushed," she advises gently, her eyes full of affection. Ethan grins, his excitement bubbling over. Maybe a little, just a year. A single thread stretches taut, held in Ethan's determined hands. Lessons etched in fleeting images flash across the screen, a whirlwind of experiences. Challenges loom large, starkly contrasting, with moments of pure, unfiltered joy. The rapid passage of time blurs the edges, each scene bleeding into the next. Life unfolds in a series of rapid cuts, a montage of triumph and tribulation. In the warm light of his apartment, Ethan's restless energy fills the space. Ilara's gentle hand reaches out, a soft touch on his arm attempting to still his frantic pace. "If you rush the hard days, you'll lose the precious ones too," Ilara says, her voice a soothing balm. Ethan responds, his voice tight with determination. "I'll catch up later." A montage of fleeting images flashes across the screen, each a rapid snapshot of Ethan's life consumed by relentless work. Ethan's hands are a blur, tirelessly pulling thread, an endless cycle of creation and sacrifice. Sleepless nights melt into brief family gatherings, moments stolen from the relentless grind. Vacations are reduced to fleeting glimpses, a world seen through the lens of perpetual motion. Ethan becomes a spectator in his own life, watching the world spin by as he remains chained to his craft. In the stark morning light of the bathroom, Ethan prepares to shave, his movements precise and practiced. A sudden, jarring glimpse of his reflection stops him cold, the mirror reflecting an unwelcome truth. Streaks of gray now prominently mark his once dark hair, a stark reminder of time's relentless passage. Deep lines etched around his eyes tell tales of sleepless nights and mounting worries. A wave of panic washes over him, the weight of his reflection heavy on his soul. Ethan sits isolated on his porch, surrounded by a sea of photographs scattered like fallen leaves. Each snapshot captures a moment, a milestone he has tragically missed. The weight of his absence presses down on him, a palpable burden. Ilara arrives, her footsteps soft on the wooden planks, breaking the heavy silence. "Hi." His voice laced with sorrow. Ethan confesses, I don't remember. I wasn't there. I've missed everything." On the porch, Ilara's gentle hands find Ethan's shoulders, a silent promise of comfort in her touch. Her voice soft yet firm. She offers solace. "We all carry regrets, but it's never too late." A moment of shared silence hangs between them, heavy with unspoken emotions and the weight of the past. "Time now is still ours," Ilara says, her words a lifeline offered in the gathering dusk. Ethan's eyes reflect a deep-seated conflict, shadowed by years of regret. I can't go back." His voice cracks with the admission of a life misspent. "I've wasted my life chasing speed." Beneath a canopy of silvered leaves, Ethan returns to the silent forest, his silhouette stark against the moonlit ground. He kneels among the ancient trees, his face etched with raw desperation, as a gentle breeze whispers through the branches. His voice, a plea carried on the night air, breaks the stillness. "Please, I want to give it back." His eyes, reflecting a desperate hope, seek solace in the ethereal moonlight. "I don't want my life to fly past me anymore." Sunlight pierces the dense forest canopy, dappling the ground as Ethan stands, regret carved into his face. He stares at his hands, clenching and unclenching, as if trying to recapture what has slipped away. A profound admission escapes his lips, tinged with sorrow. It made life feel empty. His voice heavy with remorse, he confesses, "I hid from the hard moments, and I missed the beauty in the ordinary ones." A hopeful plea, laced with desperation, echoes through the trees. "I ask to live again." Sunlight floods Ethan's childhood bedroom, illuminating the floating dust and awakening memories with the scent of old wood. Mother's voice echoes from downstairs. "Ethan, you're late." Heart pounding with anticipation, Ethan races downstairs to the awaiting day. Ilara stands on the porch, her radiant smile greeting Ethan. "You're late." If you loved Ethan's journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to join us for more magical, heart-touching stories that will inspire your day.